Now Louis has become your client,
Yeah.
and then you are working with one car, red Nissan Primera.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now YOKS is not just into car rentals. You have about 55 to 60 cars that you rent out all over the country. How has it worked for you? How did you get there?
Yeah, very, very good question. Yes, I would say hard work, determination, and sometimes when the Americans will say the back rests with you. There's no one you can turn to, and I know where I'm from. My background makes the difference. It's all about integrity,
That's right.
believing in yourself, and have a vision. Try to imagine, always try to imagine. And why am I doing what I'm doing? And let me continue. After Louis, 1 year, it was renewed for another 6 months, Louis left. I was able to pay, like I said, the first one.
Yes, right.
And now we became friends with the garage. So they will come, Seth, we have another car. Why not pick it and pay it installment?
That's right.
So before Louis left, I have 3 used vehicles. And in 2003, Ghana hosted the first US Africa Sister Cities Conference,
Okay.
which the country coordinator was Prince Kwame Klujesin and Kofi Klujesin.
Okay.
At the time, I have my 3 used cars, 2003. I started in 2001. So a friend gave me the hint, a friend who worked with Labade bid that, this conference is coming up. I said, I'll bid for it. So I went to the bid.
You paid for the conference to attend?
No, Ghana is the host country. So the conference is attracting about 400 participants,
Right.
including 6 mayors from America.
Wow.
There are cities in America that have twin cities in Africa. So it's like New York have twin Accra,
Right.
or Second have twin Chicago. That's Sister City Conference, they call it. So when I had the information, I said I will bid to be the official transport company
Okay.
for that conference,
Okay.
right? So I sent my proposal. I dropped out of school, so I know you should know your weakness and strength, right? I knew where I fell short and all that. So I self-taught myself so many things. I write very well, nice proposal. So I sent a very good proposal to Klujesin. But before then, I did a background check when I had the information. And I know Mr. Kwame Klujesin, if you will listen to it, like Mercedes-Benz very well. And I don't have Mercedes-Benz in my fleet. My company is only barely 2 years old. So how to even see Mr. Klujesin was a thing. But I knew when I see him face to face, I'll be able to make impact. So I walked to the reception. I saw the secretary. I greeted him and I said, I'm here to see your boss, Mr. Klujesin. He said, you have an appointment? I said, no. But your boss will be very happy to see me because he needs me.
Yeah.
And they were like, really? So he went to tell the man that there was someone, a young man, I was in my 20s,
Yeah.
that you'll be happy to see him. So out of curiosity, the man asked that I should come in. So when I entered, you have a huge office. Young man, why do I know you? And you tell my secretary, a man with power. I'll be happy to. I said, sir, I know you are about to organize this conference. I have one of the best car rental companies. And listen, this is my proposal, but in the meantime, to know what we do prior to the conference, I'm going to give you a courtesy car, which is Mercedes-Benz, to use, to know our services, what it is. When I said, sit down. I sat down and we had a conversation. The rest is history. I won the bid.
Wow.
To become official transport company for US Africa Sister City Conference. And that became a springboard for me. I was in the magazine. It was the first time I went to the castle to have a picture with the president.
You did?
Yes, because the Sister City Conference involved local government and all these things. So the last day, they paid a courtesy call on the president, which I was the coordinator, coordinating everything. Guess what? I didn't have staff. I have only 2 drivers at the time. What did I do? You don't have to have everything to start something. You can leverage on other people's resources or intellect or whatever to achieve your dream. So what did I do? I went to Legon. I got young girls as ushers and whatever it is. I set up, at that time, La Palme was the top hotels, 2003. Set up a desk at La Palme. All these 400 people, we picked them, I rented buses. And see what? I signed a contract with Mr. Klujesin, which they paid me 70% upfront. That was enough to pay every car rental in Accra to have all the buses and all the vehicles.
Wow.
Because I pay everybody. And I did the conference successfully. So after the conference, my appetite, I made good money.
Yeah.
And I learned some lessons Mr. Klujesin taught me there. The 30% wasn't coming. They paid the 70%. After the conference, it wasn't coming. So one day I went to the office so angry, yelling and jumping and doing all that. So Mr. Klujesin called me and said, young man, come. I don't think you need your money today. It's why we didn't have it for you. But don't ever raise your voice or be angry over money, right? At the right time, when the money is ready, we'll let you know and we'll pay you. And I left. Guess what? The day I was called that my money, I wasn't even expecting it anymore, right? That my money is ready, it was like a miracle.
Wow.
Exactly. That changed. So after I finished that conference, my appetite, oh wow, so I can make a conference and make this money. So why not focus on corporate instead of these rentals, that individual things and all that thing. So I was taking a decision on the future destiny of YOKS at the time.
Right.
So I decided, let me do more corporate, even though I wanted to do individual that working, but the focus wasn't in individual. So I shifted, I set up, Emmanuel, as at the year 2001, I have my domain, yorsghana.com. Sorry, sometimes serious directors and whatever, even some ministers will give you their card. I'm not saying Yahoo is bad, but they have Yahoo. Why not domain? Branding. I branded myself way back. So I have my domain, yorsghana.com. So I have never used Yahoo, which has been consistent, right? I didn't have office at the time when I did the conference and all that. My office and everything is my car boot. So I said, let me do more corporate. And the payment Mr. Klujesin gave me, a friend advised me that why not? Because renting office in Osu is very expensive. And my mom is from Osu. So we have families in Osu. So there's some little family line somewhere. And I went to speak with the family to give it to me. And they were giving to me.
Right.
So I used that money to build one-story building, which along the line, the money got finished and all that. But it was the beginning.
Right.
I finished that building and I was able to lease the ground floor and one part upstairs, and the other side now is my office, was my office, So guess what? I wasn't spending money to pay this high rent in Osu. Rather, I'm gaining from that investment. Sometimes we go to believe with popular sayings. Everybody is saying this, so we follow without questioning.
Right.
People will advise you, as a young man, you want to settle, get married, and build yourself a house and all this. Yes. So we invest in things that don't give us returns.
Yes.
You always have to put your money into things that will give you returns.
Right.
So you see, that 30% that I got built me an office, and not just an office. Friends were laughing at me that I was in the single room and you are building office complex. Why not build your house, right? But my house will not give me any money. Rather, it will increase my cost.
That's right.
But the office was giving me extra money to spend on. So that was the turning around point. So when I had the office, like I said, my appetite was corporate. And I have driven for Vanel, so my network is a bit... Exactly. So I got information that West African Gas Pipeline, Chevron, they wanted a transport company, West African Gas Pipeline, they built the gas pipeline from Nigeria, Togo to Aboise. They wanted a transport company. I said, let me bid for it. Don't say I can't. You can't, but somebody can. So go and consult. I said, I'll bid for it. And we sent a proposal, that West African Gas Pipeline, right? At the time, like I said, I have my office, it's new. I don't even have money to buy furniture and stuff like that, but I have office. And the building belongs to me. So I went there, sent my proposal and all that. That was around 2006. In 2006, around that time, the banks have involved themselves in leasing. Right? So EcoLease, which is EcoBank leasing, they were doing exhibition, which I went to that exhibition, and they said, you can lease a car and you pay small and all those things. I said, wow. Then I had to lease, right? So I put in an application, and what made the difference was that building was in my name. So it's still more or less like a collateral for me. And I leased my first 4 cars pickup and Toyota Corolla, you know, from EcoBank. Yeah. So I got some, at least, new vehicles in my fleet. So when I sent my proposal to Chevron, as for the industry, I have fair knowledge. I understand what happened and all that. So I was invited for an interview, and I remember Peter Cook, who was the operation manager or whatever it is, the American, asked me a question. Do you have the capacity to start now? Because WAPCO use a minimum of about 40 cars a day.
Wow.
Which their office in Benin, Togo, Aboise, and Accra office. And I said, oh yes, I have the capacity to do if I'm given the contract, right? So I went to EcoBank and said to them that they have given me my first lease. And I said, well, I'm bidding for this project, which will involve buying about 30 to 40 vehicles. Would you give me credit or lease to buy this vehicle? And I said, yes, if you have the contract and the numbers are good. That's okay. So I asked them, can you give me letter to suggest that, to support my bid, that if I won the bid,
you are ready to release these cars?
Those cars for me? They said, yes, we can do that with the caveat that it's not obligatory. Like it's not like they will do, but terms and conditions will apply. I said, why not? So they give me that. So that was added to my bid to Chevron. And you know, sometimes people give us their business card. Even these days with Google, you check Google and get everything. We don't research, we don't do background about people. I check about Chevron very well, and they are particular with safety issues.
That's right.
So I told in my proposal, I suggested that due to safety issue, because the clause was the car shouldn't be more than 3 years old. Okay. And I said, I'm buying them all brand new vehicles because safety A, safety B, safety 3, right? So more or less, more like one step ahead of my competitors, okay? All new work, and they were like, and I showed that letter, EcoBank, the consent letter, right? Guess what? At the time, this is where divines comes in, after you do whatever you have to do. So when it got to a point that it was clear that yours is going to win the bid, right? There was already a contractor, Mr. Vitolai and Ben, if they are listening, became my friend.
Right.
They were the contractors then, and WAPCO wasn't happy with their services, so they wanted to change. So they got wind of it that, this thing is going to YOKS. So you know what happened? They staged a sit-down strike that if WAPCO don't sign the contract, they are not working. And WAPCO cannot afford to shut down Benin, Togo, right? So I got a call at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Wow. And Peter Cook called and said, you said you can start anytime. Can you start this morning? And then we sign your contract. You see, any great things that happen don't come so cheap, so easily. You see, because my literal understanding of the Bible, right? They said God created man as his image and likeness, right? And he breathed into us and become a living soul. What is that? It's a commandment God gave. He said, subdue the earth and rule. He said, I give you dominion. Dominion is sovereignty, isn't it? Yes. So on earth, we have sovereignty. Yes. We are royals, we are kings. And that is the first thing. I said to people, we go to church every you pray, you cry. And the year will go around and it's the same. Are you saying God is not real? No, because you are not doing something right. So let me share with you the divine part of it. So when I got that call, I said, yes, I can do it. He said, okay, by 8, 9 o'clock, if your cars, at least if you start from Accra, we'll let those go to Benin and all that. Remember, brother, I sat there and said, wow, I have to, because this is the opportunity time for me. You know what? Life is not an event that when you finish, it's done. It's a journey. So the people you meet on the line, how do you treat them? My sister city conference that I did, remember I told you, the 70% that I got, I pay every car rental in Accra. So that made me popular. Paying everybody. And exactly, 100%. So I have that database. So I begin to make phone calls. By 8 o'clock, I have about 60 vehicles available. Ready available for me. Peter Cook was shocked. Couldn't believe it, right? And I didn't have the structure, but I coordinated everything, and my contract was signed So when the contract was signed, I brought it to EcoBank and I said, what? You said this is the contract. So that is how I got my major funding from EcoBank. They bought about 30 cars for me. So you see the chronology about the springboard, how the whole thing happened. So God is up there, but you have a role to play in whatever you do. So I won the bid, and as I still have good relation with WAPCO. The contract ended, and guess what? The interesting part was the contract was 1 year, right? I want to touch a little bit about sometimes what we consider lies and trying to save situation, right? I believe the young ones are listening, though. The contract was 1 year, but the bank, the finance is 2 years. The cash flow, I'll be able to pay for those cars within 3 years, not even 2 years, right? But the contract is 1 year. Per performance, they renew it for you. So if I said this to the bank, they won't do it. The risk will be high because they will say after 1 year, if they don't renew, how do we pay us, right? This is the volume of the contract. They didn't read it. I went through, right? So later on, the bank realized that, oh, it's 1 year. But I was able to perform. So, you know what? I pray a simple prayer. I said, God, help me for this contract to last for 3 years. Let me just pay the loan. And if they terminate it, I'm fine. Guess what? Exactly 3 years, the contract was terminated. What I asked for. Words that we speak are very, very powerful, right? God created everything with the words. Let there be light, there was light. And I said God created us as his own image and likeness. So we have equal power to create. And look at it. The amazing thing, God created everything. But Adam named everything. It's a human being. I see God and Adam, now they are partners. Thank you, working together. So you have that power. So the word we say comes. So I said 3 years, and exactly 3 years, even though I paid the loan, the contract ended, you know. And that was the beginning, or I would call it the scaling up moment. And working with WAPCO for 3 years, wow, I learned a lot about corporate governance, about structures, about systems and all that. So we put systems and structures in place. That made the difference for YOKS.
So welcome back. I'm here with Mr. SETH OCRAN, and we've been hearing some wonderful stories about how he started from a trotro mate all the way to where he is now. And it's been fascinating. I can't wait to read his autobiography and his books. We are looking at transportation in tourism. How do we use transportation to develop sustainable tourism in Ghana? Now we are going to delve into the transportation business in Ghana. And we are here still with Mr. SETH OCRAN. He's a former president of Car Rentals Association. So we have the right person here who also has probably the biggest car rental company in Ghana at the moment, focusing a lot more on corporate client. Mr. SETH OCRAN, when we went off, we're saying that this has to be put into a movie, and I think it has to be beyond writing the book. So let's get to when you became president of Car Rentals Association. I was privileged to work with you because I worked as executive secretary for Ghana Tourism Federation, and beyond that, I worked with you on a number of committees. So I saw what you brought to Car Rentals Association. When you were handing over, some of us thought you shouldn't, and we even pushed you to take certain positions which we think you should consider it coming back to support associations and federations as we have. So car rentals, what do you think is the role of car rental or transportation system in the tourism ecosystem? Because anywhere you have to go to, if you are not working there, obviously you are using a vehicle or a medium to move from one point to another. Tourism is about moving from one point to another, and if that has to be done, it has to be by the car rental associations. How do you see the car rental business in Ghana? We have a lot of people that have cars around, no training, nothing, no plan and they are renting cars. How do you see the business as we have it now? And what is the role of car rental in supporting tourism business in Ghana?
Thank you very much. I think I want to look at it holistically as ground transportation, how that will help facilitate or drive or develop tourism. I think that, and I have a whole write-up, and I wish and I hope one day the authorities concerned will look at it. But I'll touch on it a little bit, on the transportation side. In my personal view, I think even if you look at economic growth, without proper structured transportation system, it's a joke, right? Because economies grow based on movement of people, activities. That's what drives every economy, right? And our transport system in general in Ghana had to be looked at, especially at the time we have a president that is resetting Ghana. I think that should be, and of course, one of the flagship projects the president wants to push is 24-hour economy. You might just guess what? How would people move around 2 a.m. if it's not intentional setup, right? So I heard this saying that we should build a new capital city, we should do that and all that. I think there's a solution to the current situation we have. And the current situation we have has to do with the transport regime we have. Is way updated. Is apahun, is kolo, and believe President Mahama have what it takes to change that, and he will go down in history. We are running the trotro system. The trotros, per little research I've done, commute about 70 to 80% of the people in the urban areas. So you take Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, and so that is what they do, which we have not properly structured it. Okay, so you find that they do stop and pick, because even the bus stops are not properly, and this create traffic. So sometimes, we apart from car rentals, we also do tours. So we bring groups from outside and we're trying to take them around. It becomes so expensive because we had to sometimes get police escort assistance before you can move around a journey that is 20 kilometers or 10 kilometers instead of 20 minutes or so. It takes hours because of the congestion. So this is the summary of my proposal, right? Which will also affect the car rentals, every ground transportation. I propose that in 1924, thereabout, when Accra began to build, we have what we call the Central Business District. Okay, so everything is located within a particular area. So you find the market there, the ministries, and remember at the time, the ring road, the ring road, right? Is ring road. Accra was inside the ring. So the New Upland station was outside the ring, outskirts of Accra. So they don't contribute to the congestion in Accra. Accra was around 6,000 people. Now it's over 4 million. I don't even know where the boundary is now. Say Accra, right? Or we can talk about Greater Accra and Accra, but I'm talking about Accra. So we have outlived that structure. Okay. So every morning you see that everybody is driving towards a particular, the schools, everything is centered around. Okay, so how do we decongest this, right? To decongest this, and of course we also have the market.
Yes, within the same.
Let me give you examples, right? Look at Zongo Junction. We have 5 lanes,
right?
But there's still traffic there. Why? Because 4 of the lanes have been turned into market. The trot guys are one side, the sellers are on the other side. And so why do we go to IMF and borrow all this money to build these roads and just turn it into market? Okay. So, and what these people are doing also are very, very important to the economy. Ghana, the informal sector is
Play a very vital role.
bigger than the formal sector. So you can't ignore them. So create a space for them.